Listen up and stop kidding yourself. You think if humanity vanished, the Earth would just magically revert to some blue and green Garden of Eden. Get real. We left behind 8 billion tons of plastic, countless tons of heavy metals, and a biochemical mess big enough to reboot the planet 10 times over. This ain't Eden. It is a colossal garbage dump. But in the middle of this industrial legacy we so proud of, a new batch of speculators has entered the game. They don't eat organic food. They eat the condoms, batteries, and synthetic underwear you threw away. They re-evolving a kind of survival leverage that will make your skin crawl, turning human waste into the compound interest of their global domination. So sit tight. We not talking about cute cat videos today. We talking about the 10 new power players who clawed their way up the food chain from the trash heap. Number 10. The heavy metal rockers, the earthworm legion, the earthworm in your garden, is a diligent little landscaper. But this guy, he was raised on arsenic. If you dared to use it for bait, the fish that bit would probably be dead in 30 seconds. In places like Chernobyl and old heavy metal mines, these worms have grown to shocking lengths. With skin as tough as thin armor, the sickest part. When you cut one open, it is not goo that oozes out, but a concentrated sludge of heavy metals with the texture of ink. They like living, breathing range hoods, sucking up lead, mercury and cadmium from the soil. This is the ultimate leverage of metallothionein. They've evolved a super-powered chelation system that locks deadly heavy metals into inert cellular compartments. Basically, they turned their bodies into nuclear waste containment units. Risk arbitrage in a toxic wasteland. It took humans centuries to bury heavy metals in the earth. It is taking these worms a few decades to dig it all back up. Rule number 1 of survival: if the environment is toxic, become more toxic than the environment. Number 9. The polyethylene assassin. The wax worm, that ball of plastic bags your mum's been saving for a decade. To a wax worm, it is a plate of macarons. You thought plastic was a curse that would last for millennia. To them, it is just a slightly chewy dessert. Take a look at the larvae of the greater wax moth. These little punks used to be parasites in beehives, but now they've switched careers. If you lock a bunch of wax worms in a polyethylene bag, it'll look like a lace doily in 10 minutes. They not just chewing it, they melting it. The secret is in their high-efficiency degradation enzymes. The carbon chain of plastic is surprisingly similar to beeswax. And these worms have evolved a kind of biochemical scissor in their gut biome that can snip those long chain molecules right apart. They turn plastic into bioenergy. Bro, that is real carbon neutrality. The chemical marvels humanity was so proud of can even last an hour in their intestines. Stop bragging that humans changed the planet. All you did was invent a chewier type of gum for these little critters. Number 8. The cyber hermit. The plastic hermit crab if you find a Barbie doll head on a post. Apocalyptic beach, don't touch it. It might not be a toy, but the mobile fortress of a new overlord. Hermit crabs all over the world are undergoing a housing supply side reform. They abandoned their heavy, fragile seashells and moved into all sorts of plastic trash, bottle caps, light bulb bases, even Lego bricks. When they crawl under the moonlight wearing this high-strength composite armor, the scene is pure, uncut cyberpunk wasteland. This is called physical structure substitution. Plastic is lighter, stronger, and more corrosion-resistant than shells. These crabs are using plastic low-density properties to drastically cut their metabolic costs when moving around. It is the definition of an asset. Light operation. Humans throw away trash to declutter, but hermit crabs pick it up to add leverage. What you toss is waste. What they find is body armor. Number 7. The inland scavenger king. The nylon vultures used to be the Grim Reaper-esque cleanup crew. But now, they finding that rotting flesh just doesn't hit the spot anymore. They got their eyes on that cheap 100% polyester workout shirt you threw out on the garbage mountains of India. You can see these birds of prey swallowing huge amounts of nylon rope and synthetic fibers. They not just doing it to feel full, they reusing these indigestible fibers to form a grinding pad in their stomachs, helping them pulverize the increasingly tough industrial waste they encounter. This is gastric-powered mechanization. These animals have evolved incredibly tough esophageal linings to keep the nylon fibers from shredding their insides. They reusing our polymer garbage as a whetstone to break down ultra, hard bones and dried, up chemical residues. They used to eat the dead, now they eat the garbage the dead created. The irony is, eating trash has actually increased their survival rate. In this world, adapting to the poison is a better bet than finding the cure. Number 6, the lethal insulator. The cable-eating bacterium if the power grid collapses tomorrow. It won T because we out of electricity. It LB because something drank all the cables. This bacterium specializes in living on industrial insulation. They like invisible hackers, silently eating away the PVC coating and causing massive short circuits. In the damp underground of our cities, they reforming a giant slime network, slowly digesting humanity's electrical heritage. This is high-energy bond cracking. They evolved enzymes specifically to break down vinyl chloride monomers. To them, high polymer plastics aren't trash. They carbohydrates packed with energy. They are the true biochemical liquidators. Humanity built an electric civilization, and in the end, we just built a giant, all-you-can-eat buffet for this bacterium. What you see as the pillar of civilization, they see as lunch. Number 5. The circuit board harvester, the e-waste termite that iPhone you dropped in the toilet, or the old computer gathering dust in your basement. To these guys, it is top shelf Kobe beef. You think electronics are non-degradable industrial garbage? Nope, they the richest ore around. This termite variant, found at the intersection of rainforests and city basements, specifically targets the epoxy resin and rare metals on circuit boards. They spit a highly acidic saliva that instantly carbonizes the insulation layer. The most insane part, they mix the chewed-up silicon wafers and copper wiring to build a kind of cyber anthill with a metallic sheen. This is rare metal recombination. Their gut contains special symbiotic bacteria that can separate gold, copper, and rare earth elements. These metals are no longer toxic substances. They become the rebar that reinforces their exoskeletons. Put simply, these bugs are plating their entire bodies in industrial armor. Humans dug up the planet to find ore to make phones, and now termites are digging up the phones to find ore to make themselves. Who is the real master of resource recycling in this game? Humans are just the delivery guys. Number 4, the Teflon King, the plastic sea anemone Teflon, the legendary material that not even a god could get to stick, is now this creature's fixed asset. This plastic isn't just non-stick. It is almost impossible for nature to digest, but in the deep sea it has met its match. Look at these sea anemones, they no longer cling to rocks, they aggressively colonizing any plastic they can find. And here is the grossest part. Their tentacles have evolved a special mucus that can trap microplastics. When they contract, you can see their tissues studded with countless colorful plastic particles, like grotesque little jewels. This is called microplastic bioaccumulation. They use the chemical signals released by the plastics to locate prey and even weave tiny nylon fibers into their own support structures. They returning our trash into their own external skeletons. This organism has achieved a preliminary fusion of flesh and industrial plastic. Humans invented Teflon to be non-stick, and the sea anemone evolved a new organ to stick. You think you've escaped nature, but nature was just waiting for a chance to stitch you back in. Number 3, the Freon ghost. The aerosol fungus every old air conditioner and refrigerator thrown away holds a stash of refrigerant potent enough to tear a hole in the ozone layer. After humanity is gone, these chemical time bombs will be the first wave of liquidation. But one organism is waiting with its mouth wide open for this toxic gas party. This is an extremely rare radioactive black fungus. They gather at the leak points of old appliances, voraciously absorbing Freon and CFCs in the places they grow. The air is thick with a sweet, dizzying chemical odor. They not decaying, they rebreathing toxic gas, growing fat, black, and incredibly poisonous. This is halocarbon respiration. The fungus uses a complex enzyme system to break down fluorocarbon bonds and extract the energy within. They are the planet's only short sellers of the atmosphere, using human-emitted greenhouse gases as their core asset to achieve explosive growth in extremely polluted environments. Humans fear the hole in the ozone layer. This fungus is building a paradise right underneath it. What looks like doomsday to you is a market rally to them. Number 2. The rust miner, the iron. Oxide slime mold, if reinforced concrete, is the skeleton of human civilization. Then this slime mold is the acid that dissolves the bones. Without human maintenance, your skyscraper is just a giant piece of rotting meat to this thing. Check out this bright orange slime mold. It can flow like a liquid, precisely detecting the oxidation level of metal. Once it locks onto a target, it secretes a highly concentrated acid to accelerate the rusting process, then sucks up the minerals. An abandoned suspension bridge could be devoured into a pile of red dust in just a few years. This is redox arbitrage. The slime mold harnesses the electron transfer during metal oxidation to get its energy. They are the true scrap metal recyclers, reducing the pure metals that humanity painstakingly smelted back into their natural mineral state. Humans wanted to conquer eternity with steel. The slime mold is using rust to prove just how fleeting it all is. In this world, nothing is permanent unless this slime mold hasn't noticed it yet. Number 1. The ultimate host, Homo sapiens bro. Are you still patting yourself on the back? Thinking you are just an observer? You think human extinction is just some sci-fi hypothetical? Wake up! The number 1 entry on this list is sitting in a pile of plastic trash right now, reading the script for this video. That is right. It is you. You don't even need to disappear, because your body has already completed the preliminary trash-ification evolution. The latest medical audits show that our blood, our livers, our lungs, and even the placentas of unborn babies have become settlements for microplastics. You eat the equivalent of a credit card. S-weight in plastic every week. You are not watching evolution, you are the evolution. This is the ultimate feedback loop of biomagnification. We at the top of the food chain, all those plastic-eating bacteria, plastic sea anemones and heavy metal earthworms, they all passing that toxic leverage right up to us. Our immune systems are being forced to reconfigure to deal with these nano-scale industrial squatters. Humanity is becoming a hybrid species of carbon and plastic. We made plastic thinking it was a tool in the end. The plastic entered us and became our tissue. Humanity hasn't disappeared. We just turning ourselves into the one piece of trash that nature can digest. This isn't evolution. This is a hostile takeover from God against the arrogant. We not gone yet, but our account is already in the red. Next time on Forbidden Files Earth, Ocean Shutdown, the 5 great mutant predators of the deep. We diving into the zone that even light has abandoned to see what the seafood really turned into after we dumped all that nuclear wastewater. Question for you. If you had to choose, would you rather have a plastic-eating fungus growing in your stomach, or have your arm plated with rare metal armor from a termite? Drop your survival strategy in the comments, and remember, this is Forbidden Files. Like and subscribe before the trash comes to collect.